Meet Jake and Ryan. Same job, same city, same paycheck, $72,000 a year. But this year, Jake is struggling. Gas, groceries, rent, everything costs more, and he has no idea why. Ryan's actually doing okay. He moved some money, changed a few habits, and now he's watching everything unfold from a safe distance. The difference between them is not income. It's not discipline. It's one word that almost nobody outside of Wall Street actually understands. And that word is going to affect your paycheck, whether you understand it or not. Here's the thing. Most financial advice talks about budgets, side hustles, index funds, and all of that is great. We cover a lot of it on this channel. But right now, in April 2026, there's something bigger happening in the background. Something that's quietly raising the price of your groceries, your gas, and your rent. And most people have absolutely no idea it's connected. So today we're going to break it down, simply, with real numbers. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how a conflict happening 7,000 miles away ends up in your wallet. If you're new here, I'm Nick. I make animated videos that explain money in a way that actually makes sense. Subscribe button is right there. It's free. Let's get into it. Okay, the petrodollar. Big, scary word, simple idea. Here's the short version. After World War II, the US dollar became the world's reserve currency. That means almost every country on Earth holds US dollars as their savings, their backup, their financial security blanket. But in 1974, something even more important happened. The United States made a deal with Saudi Arabia. The deal was simple. Saudi Arabia sells its oil, and all oil exclusively in US dollars. In return, the US protects Saudi Arabia militarily. This is the petrodollar system. And here's why it matters to you personally. Because of this deal, every country that needs oil, and every country needs oil, has to buy US dollars first, which means demand for the dollar stays artificially high, which means the dollar stays strong, which means your purchasing power stays protected. Think of it like this. The petrodollar system is an invisible umbrella over your paycheck. You don't see it, you don't think about it, but the moment it disappears, you feel it immediately. Now here's where it gets personal. Oil doesn't just go into your gas tank. Oil is in everything. The plastic in your phone, the packaging on your food, the asphalt on your road, the fuel in the truck that delivered your Amazon package. So when oil prices go up, everything goes up, and it happens fast. Let's put real numbers on it. Right now, the average American family drives about 1,100 miles per month. At 25 miles per gallon, that's 44 gallons. When gas goes up by just $1 per gallon, that family pays $44 more every single month. That's $528 a year. Gone. But gas is just the beginning. Grocery prices? Up. Because every item in that store was transported by truck, running on diesel. Your electricity bill? Up. Because power plants use fuel. Your rent? Up. Because construction costs use petroleum-based materials. This is Jake's problem. His paycheck didn't change, but everything around him got more expensive, and he has no idea why. Economists call this imported inflation. You didn't vote for it, you didn't cause it, but you're paying for it. So why are we talking about this today? Because right now, in April 2026, the Iran conflict is putting direct pressure on the most important choke point in the global oil supply. It's called the Strait of Hormuz. 20%. That's the share of the world's entire oil supply that passes through this strait every single day. Think about that for a second. One narrow strip of water. 20% of the world's oil. If that choke point gets disrupted, even partially, oil prices spike. Immediately. And here's the thing about oil spikes. They don't wait. There's no warning. You wake up one morning, go to fill your tank, and it's $1.50 more per gallon than it was last week. Some analysts are already modeling a scenario where oil hits $150 to $200 per barrel if the conflict escalates. For context, right now we're around $80. At $150 oil, the average American family pays roughly $2,400 more per year on gas and groceries alone. That's $200 a month, quietly stolen from your budget by something you never saw coming. But here's the deeper problem. And this is what Ryan understands that Jake doesn't. The petrodollar system is already under pressure before any conflict. China and Saudi Arabia have started trading oil in yuan. Brazil and China are settling trades in local currencies. Russia stopped using dollars entirely. This isn't a conspiracy. It's just countries doing math. If the dollar loses its petrodollar status, even partially, demand for dollars drops. When demand drops, the dollar weakens. When the dollar weakens, everything you import costs more. Your iPhone, your clothes, your kids' toys, your car parts, all of it. The invisible umbrella is developing holes, and most people have no idea. Okay, so what do you actually do with this information? Because information without action is just anxiety. Here's what Ryan did, and here's what you can do starting this week. Step 1. Build your energy buffer. Gas prices can spike overnight. If you don't have 3 months of expenses saved, a $200 per month gas increase wrecks your budget immediately. Emergency fund first. Always. Step 2. Audit your inflation exposure. Look at your monthly budget. How much of it is fuel dependent? Groceries, transportation, utilities. These are your most vulnerable line items. Can you reduce them? Carpool, buy in bulk, switch providers. Step 3. Add inflation-resistant assets. Historically, commodities like oil stocks, gold, and real estate perform well during inflationary spikes. A small allocation to commodity ETFs or energy sector stocks can act as a hedge. Not your whole portfolio, just a buffer. Step 4. Think in real returns. If inflation is running at 6% and your savings account pays 1%, you're losing 5% per year in real terms. Make sure your money is working at least as hard as inflation is working against it. High-yield savings accounts, I-bonds, or inflation-protected securities are worth looking at. None of these steps are complicated, but most people won't do them because most people don't connect a news headline in the Middle East to their grocery bill on Saturday. Now you do. Jake and Ryan started the year in exactly the same place, but Ryan understood something that changed everything. He understood that your paycheck isn't just affected by your boss, or your industry, or the economy in your city. It's connected through a chain of oil, dollars, and geopolitics to decisions made in countries you'll never visit, by leaders you'll never vote for. And the people who understand that connection? They're not helpless. They're prepared. That's the real difference between Jake and Ryan. Not income, not luck, just knowing how the system works. If this video made something click for you, share it with one person who's been wondering why everything feels more expensive lately. Because the answer isn't quote zero. The answer is a 50-year-old system that's quietly shifting. And if you don't know about it, you're Jake. Next week, we're going to talk about exactly what happens to your 401k if oil hits $150. The numbers are not pretty, but there's a clear playbook. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you next week.